morning, dear students. I am Prateek Sharma, your English teacher, and I'm gonna teach you some basic concepts. So, as you know very well, in 10th standard we have basically covered 5 topics. Very first one is tenses. Although tenses you are reading from class 3rd, but as this is class 10, this is very much necessary to understand what tenses are. Second is direct and indirect speech, also called narrations. Then we will go with active and passive voice. Next one is models. Most important part, very small words these are, but of big and great impact. And the last one is clauses. So as this is our first class, and I must make you aware what is the syllabus. Now this is our first topic, tenses. And if basically you do not know what tenses are, believe me, you would never ever be able to complete this or this. Point number 2, 3, 4 and 5 entirely depends on point number 1. If you know tenses, then and then only you can go to these topics. So let's start. What are tenses? Why we need it? What is the connection of all these topics? Tenses. Though we are starting it up, I am not going into the details. A very basic question. What are tenses? Is it time? Or what it is? Many people tell that tenses are relatively time, but this is incorrect. There is a difference between tenses and time. What is that difference? Can you measure? Can you measure time? Yes. How can we measure? In minutes, seconds or hours. But can you measure tenses? No, you cannot. So what is the connection between these two? Why tense is sometimes called time? Because what are tenses? Tenses tells us that at what time the activity, or in grammatical terms we can call it as verb, happened, happening, or will happen. Now to understand particularly this box, what I have written, that tenses tells us at what time the activity or the verb happened, happening or will happen. Let me take a simple example in front of you. I am teaching you I will teach you. If you observe it, if you notice it, subject I is same in all the sentences, sentence number 1, 2 and 3. Whereas teach, taught and teach different forms, but the verb is also same, that is teach. And of course the object, that is you, is also same. So particularly what is the difference? What it is telling me? It is telling me I taught you is the sentence of simple past tense. It reflects past. It is reflecting present and it is reflecting future. So what I got to know, that tense does not mean time. What are tenses? Which tells us that at what time, either past or present or future. It tells me the time of the activity. Happened, past, happening, present, or will happen at some point of future time. Now, when we basically understand the meaning of the word, it is just the meaning of the tenses. These are not the tenses. This is just to emphasize and to tell you that exactly what tenses are. Let's proceed with our class, our lesson, and understand structure. Basically, we have three phases of time. One is past, another one is present, and the last one is future. Every sentence has a basic, very basic structure, which comes subject plus verb plus object. That depends on the tense, that what form of verb we use. Or first of all, let me ask you a very simple question. What is subject? Somebody say, sir, subject is I am teaching. Easily you can tell that I is the subject. But if I ask you what is subject? What is subject is that either doer of the action. Now here an action is going on, action is teaching, and teaching is done by me. In this sentence, teaching is done by I. So I is the subject. Doer who does the action is called the doer of the action I am teaching. But if I write a sentence here again, English is a good subject. Now here some action was going on which is done by the subject, that is I, so I can identify subject. But if you see this sentence, English is a good subject, now you cannot tell me because no action is going on. So one more definition is there of the subject. What is that definition? The person or thing we are talking about is called subject. Here I am talking about English. There is no action in the predicate, but I am talking. So the person or the thing we are talking about is also called the subject. For example, my father is a businessman. So when I say my father is a businessman, again no action is there, but here I was talking about English and here I am talking about my father. So my father is basically the subject. Now let's proceed with a little more knowledge of the simple concept which is called tenses. Every three parts of these have basically four parts. First one is simple, or we also call it an indefinite. Another is continuous. Third one is perfect, and the fourth one is perfect continuous. Though I 100% believe that you people are very much aware of these four parts, but if I simply ask you, what is the meaning of these four parts? Why I am getting into details, why I am not directly jumping up onto the formula subject plus verb first form plus s or es plus object and adverb. Why I am not getting into this simple formula, there is a reason for that. What is that reason? What is that reason? Simple indefinite means simply tells me about the happening of the action. It is telling me in a simple way, very simple way, about happening of action. Here it is not telling me whether the action is still going on, at what time the action happened, will the action be completed in the future, or is it already completed. It is simply telling me that some action happened or some action is happening. For example, if I say I play, or you can add upon I play at evening, or let it more elaborate, I play at evening in garden. If you want to add more, you can simply write I play at evening in garden football. It can be a long story. But forget this part. Simple I play. It is simply telling me that somebody is I, that is I, and I play. It does not tell me whether I am playing right now, whether I will play tomorrow, whether I have completed my playing. Simply the action of playing is here. Now continuous. Why we call it as continuous? It is very easy. If you see the meaning of continue means which is still going on, which is in the process, still processing. So when the action is still going on, it is called continuous. For example, right now what I am doing, I am teaching. I am teaching you. So the activities which are going on at the time of speaking, it is very crucial sentence. Understand it with a very deep understanding. Listen again, I am speaking very slowly. Listen again so that you will understand. It is very important to understand. Action is going on at the time of speaking. Now, if the speaker who is speaking the sentence is speaking at present time, then it will be present continuous. If the speaker was speaking in somewhere past, before 10 years, before a century, or just before 2 hours, it would be past continuous. Same goes with the future. Let's jump upon the perfect one. What is perfect? We have heard this word for several times in our life. Yes, that is a perfect subject. That is perfect thing. Perfect is which is 100% or which is completed. Now to understand what is perfect continuous, we need more time, and this is our first class. I have not taught you tenses today. I have simply make an introduction. Of yours and of this tense. That is all for today, students. Tomorrow again I will send you a video where you can learn simple concepts of English. Stay blessed, stay happy.